All right, welcome back to Solely Dope. This is more than a podcast. This is a platform where we discuss all things dope. This week we got my dog Matias. So what you drinking over there, man?
Ain't drinking. You laughing already? I'm not drinking on nothing, man.
I was like, this guy probably about to come. He's too cool. He ain't drinking. He's in his room with shoe wallpaper. I've never felt so poor in my life.
Matias
Matias
has a movie theater in his shoe closet.
I built mine just like you built yours.
Or a shoe closet in his movie theater.
Yeah.
I mean, look.
So Matias isn't drinking anything. Corey, I saw you drinking water. You have anything?
Yeah, I got vodka orange juice again.
Vodka.
12 years old. Marcus, what you got? Bourbon?
Man, I went with some local stuff, man. It's a spiced rum, Queen's Passage. I got it right before the day they shut LA or Long Beach back down. I went out and got some of this.
So Matias, Marcus has been making fun of me because I'm drinking cucumber mint vodka soda.
Why?
What'd you call it?
Why is he making fun of him, or why is he drinking
a rich soccer mom drink right now, man?
It's a good drink.
Yeah, thank you. See,
it's a good drink.
Down here more.
Yeah, you gotta explore your taste buds.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
yeah, you just gotta explore your taste buds.
Diversify your cocktail.
Diversify, yeah. That's exactly. Diversify your funds.
So how we usually get this thing kicked off is we let Corey give us his top 10 power rankings, and we like to chime in with our top 5. So, Corey, what changed this week? What's your top 10 power rankings?
Man, it changes so much every week. Well, top 3 didn't change. So I got Chiefs, Bills, Packers, Saints, Seahawks moved in my top 5. I moved the Ravens up to 6. Got the Bucks at 7, Browns at 8. I put the Dolphins at 9, and then the Titans at 10. I like how the Dolphins look lately, so I'm gonna move them in my top 10 for now.
So Bill stayed at 2?
Yeah. And I can make an argument for them to be 1, but I can't defending champs right now. I guess I can't really move them, even though I think they'll give them a game for sure.
And they
you got anything different in your top 5?
So I'm gonna probably go Seahawks, Chiefs, Colts, Baltimore, and I don't know. I'm kind of I like the Browns.
It's my dog right there.
Look at this guy.
Look it up with his 5.
He must have sent you some notes, some suggested notes before the show started.
No suggestion.
Marcus, what you got?
Man, so pretty similar course. So I got Chiefs, although I think they should have lost. Homeboy dropped the game-winning interception, but Chiefs, Bills, Packers, Saints, Seahawks.
Okay. So I'll give you.
We got the same.
I'll give you ESPN's power rankings of their top 5. Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers at 2, Bills at 3, Saints at 4, Steelers at 5.
Steelers.
The Steelers at 5, and they got Ravens at 6. Ravens at 6, Seahawks at 7, Bucks at 8, Titans at 9, Browns at 10.
Pittsburgh Steelers
at number 5.
What? Just because they won a game?
I'm pissed off that they're sitting. Y'all see today they said they're going to sit Big Ben for this next week. So
that's good for me and the Browns. Browns they win and they're in. I need that.
Yeah, that's more pressure on them, but they lose that game. Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're going to have everybody back.
I think they have to win or the Colts have to lose. Or something like that. Anybody know all the playoff scenarios? Corey, do you know?
Yeah, I think it's something.
Right now though, there's still 35 possible wild card scenarios.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know, like the Browns control their own destiny. Like if they win, they're in. I got something somewhere.
The NFC is kind of wild with the Rams and Cardinals and Bears.
Yeah,
like so many different things can happen with that.
What's going on with the East?
Everybody.
NFC East, Cowboys going to win it?
Well, Cowboys got a chance.
At least it was competitive for a minute. It looks a little competitive. The Cowboys look good. Eagles look good. Washington, they have a team still. That's happening. So they look.
What has to happen for the Cowboys to get in there?
The Cowboys win and Washington lose. Cowboys
Washington
win
has
the
to
division,
lose, right?
Yeah.
So if Washington wins, are they in?
Yeah.
Because they swept the season series, so They have head-to-head. They'll have the same record if they both win, but they got the head-to-head. So
Who does Washington have?
Eagles. I don't know if it's
Washington should pull that off.
Eagles don't. No, they're the only ones out. The Giants could still, if the Giants beat the Cowboys and the Redskins, Washington lose, the football team loses, and Washington loses, then the Giants are in. So it's any of the three. But
who's Washington?
Washington controls their own destiny. If they win, they're in.
Yeah.
So
how y'all feel about Haskins getting released? Too early? Was that the right move?
I don't know, man. I feel like from all the stuff coming out, he kind of did it to himself with all the strip club stuff and not performing. I mean, if you're gonna be out doing all that and you're not even performing, you're probably gonna get cut. Difference between him and Harden come out and put up 44 out partying. So I mean, what are you gonna do about that?
Is Alex Smith back though? Like, I don't understand why at this point. Like, why not later?
It was just immediate. It was immediate. Like pretty much he got another chance and he played awful. So it's like in the NFL, you can, or in sports in general, you can do whatever terrible act. As long as you can help a team win, they'll find a spot for you. But if you're doing that stuff, like they said, and you playing awful, gotta go.
So nobody claimed him off waivers, but apparently there's some teams interested, is what I heard. I don't know who.
I'm sure he'll get at least another shot. I'm sure.
Yeah. I don't know where, but
there's got to be some other stuff going on. Like, wasn't he drafted in 18 or 19? No, 19. Right?
Yeah, but it's like not his first offense. He's had several times where like he didn't have the right ethic, like he's all kind of things. So it's like when you add it up and he played that terrible, like they got enough stuff going on in their organization. They had to make a statement, like we're a real football organization. Get up out of here.
I'll ask you, as a GM, and the question is going to sound easy at first, but once you talk contracts and things like that, would you rather be a Washington GM with their quarterback situation or Philadelphia GM with their quarterback situation?
Philly.
I'd rather be Philadelphia.
Philly? Yeah, I'll probably pick Philly.
With that contract, though, I mean, Wentz, like football, you can't just –
I feel like people will want Wentz, though. Somebody will.
Waivers and pay that.
And at least you have a quarterback.
If they claim
Wentz is not poo-poo.
They take that contract.
Somebody.
I mean, they might be. Are they going to try to trade him? I think. Are they going to try to trade him?
So more of an asset type thing. Like you'd rather have the asset.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Even if you trade him, another team's taking on that contract.
Yeah.
Washington.
Maybe. Yeah, Washington. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just rather have a situation where I have like too much talent than like none potentially. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get.
It's a good problem to have.
I don't get Washington at all. I don't understand that move because
the Eagles, they're going to have to get rid of Wentz if they want to get some depth at receiver and stuff because they're kind of weak at receiver.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the Dolphins doing with Tua and Fitzpatrick right now?
They don't even know.
They just go on with the win, whatever feels good at the moment.
If it works, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder behind closed doors if they have explained this much better, like if everybody's on the same page. It seems like, from the outside looking in, they're doing a terrible job, but both quarterbacks seem to be responding pretty well. And we'll get into that because Brian Flores is like in my running for Coach of the Year because he's still making it work even with that. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I've talked about it before. I feel like they're kind of like hampering Tua's development, but they're ready to win now. Like they can make the playoffs. Yeah. Like you got to go for it. So like there's got to be something going behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Jets. What are they doing?
They're just lost in the sauce. They're just confused. They're just playing this to play.
That's got to be is that the worst franchise in NFL? The Jets?
I think so. I thought it was. Wait, I feel like somebody else is worse.
I feel like Rand because you see players who have that. We saw the Watt, clip. They clearly have a bunch of players who feel the same way. Like if I go out there, I'm gonna try to win. But they've been making moves to lose games before, and now all of a sudden they're just letting them win. So they put themselves in a really weird position where they're showing that they have some talent, I guess. But they, if they were wanting that first pick, obviously they lost it. Maybe they got a little more trust in Darnold as they've started to look a little better. I don't know.
I think Darnold could be fine because they were making good points about how he hasn't had a good running game, hasn't had his receivers healthy at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a franchise that I think is worse than the Jets, and I can't do it.
Jags are close.
You just in football?
Bad.
You just in football? Falcons?
Falcons, yeah. Falcons be next.
I don't understand how they always lose.
3 years, like, what happened to them? What happened?
Well, Julio's always hurt, so that doesn't help. You know what I mean? I don't know,
They got some
man.
talent,
Matty Ice, they do have talent. Calvin Ridley's a beast. They got running back. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
but you saw they just blew a game. They couldn't beat the Chiefs, and they dropped that interception.
They blew games this year.
So I'll start with you, Matias. What if? So I know there's a lot of different wild card scenarios. If the playoffs started right now, you got one team. Who do you trust the most?
I mean, it's gonna be cliche. Out of the whole league. I mean, it's gonna be real cliche, but I feel like the Chiefs might try to do something again.
I mean, I feel
like they got.
I asked that hoping for that answer. The Chiefs in the last 6 weeks, their last 6 games have been by 6 points. Their 6 wins, 6 points or less.
Yeah, it's real close though. That's what kind of makes me nervous because they're not blowing people out, but it's like they're still winning. Yeah. So it's kind of like
they're still the Chiefs.
Like the Chiefs. Yeah, it's still the Chiefs. I feel like at the end of the day, like coach will pull something off.
They are the Chiefs.
Because a win is a win at the end.
Yeah, they are the Chiefs, and they do have Pat Mahomes, but they're also still coached by Andy Reid, who's literally one Super Bowl run. He's always failed in the playoffs with clock management and everything. Those one possession games in the playoffs always bite Andy Reid in the ass, all the way back to Philly.
I mean, the upside, that one championship was last year, so he's doing something.
Yeah.
He might have figured it out
now. Yeah, he got out of control.
Team like you trust more than the Chiefs, or are they it?
Who
we talked to?
Like, is there another team y'all trust more than the Chiefs, or is it the Chiefs?
I got 3 teams I think I trust right now.
Who?
Yeah,
the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Seahawks.
I was gonna say Seahawks too. Yeah, Seahawks a sleeper.
Don't have that hesitation in your voice.
But no, you know the past. They always get screwed or something.
So it's not
that one time wasn't on the refs that against the Vikings that year. That was just bad.
Nah, that wasn't. Yeah, I would say I'm obligated to say the Saints, but man, the Bills are fun to watch right now, man.
They're good.
So I don't know both sides. And it's like, to me, they're a franchise that doesn't like have that much pressure. Like, so I wouldn't want to play them in the playoffs.
We brought up the whole Matt Hasselbeck and the Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes last week. I was watching like every throw last night of Josh Allen. He
looked comfortable.
He's good.
He looked real comfortable back there. Yeah. And he can run.
He can run too, and he got good size too.
Yep.
He probably got the strongest arm in the league, honestly.
And I want to bring this up again.
Really?
All of you had Packers in your top 5. Seahawks not in your top 5. Nobody trusts the Packers. That's my team. I trust Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't trust their defense as much.
Yeah. So, is Seattle's defense coming around?
Hey, yeah. The last, I don't remember the stats, but they've been good the last like 5 weeks or so. So I trust their defense more than Green Bay right now.
Yeah, Green Bay got me once.
Green Bay did play good. It was in the snow too, but they played good against Titans.
You guys trust Tom and the Bucks?
I trust Tom. I
trust Tom. I don't know.
I just don't know about the rest of the squad. Everybody healthy.
Man. They got the weapons, man. They got the weapons. Everybody's healthy at the moment. He's got all the receivers. I mean, I guess the Rojo has been out the last couple of weeks, but I mean, still got 4.
I feel like everybody on their team's been hurt at some point this year.
Except him.
Yeah.
Evans and Godwin and Gronk could fall apart at any moment.
Man, he's a robot.
Yeah.
He's just in pain every step.
Yeah.
So you kind of mentioned it, Marcus. You got your coach of the year. You want to talk about it? Is that who you have? Dolphins?
Man, no, I'm going with them. And the Bills I feel like they've done they've flipped everything, man. They've been irrelevant for so long, and they're playing great. It was between Sean McDermott and Brian Flores, but I just don't understand what he's doing with the quarterback. So that's kind of holding me back from giving it to him, because I would be nervous if I knew if I make, one half, I could be pulled like that game. Normally they bench you the following game, but he's benching them mid-play. So that's a weird situation. But he's done a great job, man. They've done a great job. Defense looking good. Tua, they're kind of forcing that development, but I'm gonna go with Sean McDermott.
Matias, you got a coach of the year?
I don't want to say the same one Marcus said. I mean, I think Kevin's doing well. Kevin Stefanski's doing well. I'm not trying to ride on the Browns. But I think for what's going on and where the Browns has come from, I think it's kind of like it's a big turnaround, like an eye opener. It's like the Bills. Like you never really thought about the Bills, and like literally the games they played the other night, it just looked like they was out there having fun, and it was just like backyard football, and it was just natural. So it's just like it's kind of like, hey, like we could go to the playoffs, we could win the Super Bowl, but we're just gonna play game by game, and it's just easy for them.
Yeah. Before we get to Corey, like that was I had Kevin Stefanski and Flores, but after the Browns lost to the Jets, I was just like, you can't argue for
it.
Yeah.
I got McDermott too. I had Flores as my number 2, but I think I'm gonna go with McDermott, especially if they win this next game. That would be 13-3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's the Bills.
And it's like
yeah,
they're blowing teams out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I guess it doesn't mean much once the playoffs come. It don't matter if you win by 1 or 40, but it's good to see a team that's like dominant in the game they're supposed to win.
And like you guys, like I haven't watched them real close, but they looked comfortable. Like they just look, they look chill.
They got weapon Diggs, man. He's killing it. He's leading the league in receptions and yards.
Like Marcus Diggs.
I love Diggs, man. I love him. I just played them last night. I went, I was in the toilet bowl, the last place game for fantasy. I went up. I started the game up by like 40, 45, but she had Josh Allen, Diggs, and their kicker. I lost the lead by halftime. I was so pissed.
Yeah, they both went off yesterday.
All right, Corey, start us off. Who you have for MVP?
I got Aaron Rodgers, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he leads the league in touchdowns with 44. Mahomes is 38. He's got 5 picks to Mahomes' 6. He also leads the league in QBR at 83.9, and Mahomes is 82.7. Also, he's 70% completion percentage, and Mahomes is 66. So I'm going Rodgers. Especially, I think he sealed the deal this past week. Before that, it was more of a toss-up, but the way Rodgers played versus Mahomes, I'm giving it to Rodgers.
Any disagreement there?
I mean, I'm
going to go Drew Brees. No, I'm just kidding.
Drew Brees. Man's playing with 11 broken ribs. And
who you got, Matias? Who you got?
I mean, like I said, it's between Aaron and Patrick, but I just picked Patrick because he's younger. Like, Aaron's like, I feel like Aaron's like a vet. Like, you put Aaron in vet status, and Patrick's so young, and he's just like, whatever he does is just gold, apparently. So, I mean, I think naturally he's been playing well. I guess I would pick probably Patrick.
Does Derrick Henry have any votes?
Josh Allen's third on my list. I think
I'm gonna give it to
fourth.
I'm gonna give it to Aaron Rodgers as well for the opposite reason as Matias. I think like to be that much of a vet status and be playing this well, and you talk about like he finally what he's doing, like he don't have the weapons to the extent that Pat Mahomes has. He's using. I don't know how Devontae Adams keeps getting these like he's going to him and they're still making it work. So they're balling, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if either of them got it, but I would give it to Rodgers.
They switched the odds, went in favor of Rodgers after this past week.
Yeah, I saw that
for him to win it.
Yeah, they swapped it over. It was between Patrick and Aaron. They flopped it up.
That's what sealed the deal for me this past week. That's how Rodgers played. Mahomes
played well.
He didn't play too well.
Marcus, since you are our Saints expert here, and we don't have to talk about it now. We can talk about it another week when we do more research. Is there anything in Michael Thomas and Drew Brees' relationship?
Man, I'll have to do some digging to see if there's actually some buzz around the city. And my guy, Pope, when you see this, Pope wants to come join us. He's on the ground in the trenches, as you would say. But it's a good point, man. Like, from the summer, there was some friction when Brees made that comment about not kneeling or whatever. And that kind of stuff rubs people the wrong way. So he may not have forgotten, but I don't know.
I mean,
but I do wish he was in because he sat that game. I needed him in my fantasy lineup, so I need to know what's going on.
It's no coincidence he's not on the field when Drew is, right?
I don't know. It could be a legit injury. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll table that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Maybe when Pope's on. I don't really have any more NFL. Kind of like covered it. I was going to ask what team feels the most worried going into the playoffs. What playoff team should be the most worried? I know we don't have all the playoff teams like set in stone, but is there a team that should worry about their first game?
Can I go?
Yeah.
Browns.
Browns.
Look, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything to say about the Browns this week.
It's hard to say because I don't know who's playing who at the moment.
Yeah. It's a hard matchup.
Because I would say that whoever wins the NFC East, but I'm sure they're not worried about anything. They've only got like 6 wins. That's what they're worried about. They have nothing to lose. Shouldn't even be there. But
so that's what I'm saying. If you look at who the media is on, Baker just has that spotlight on him this year. They're always talking about, is it his fault? Is he going to perform? He's over it. So I think, if he gets in, he has more pressure than some of the other teams.
The opposite. I feel like the Bills just look comfortable, like they're ready.
Super comfortable, yeah.
It's true. Yeah. It's true.
They can slide in this win on accident.
Any other football stuff y'all want to cover?
I feel like I had something. Hold on. Oh man, you know what's been cracking me up in NFL? Looking at I want to be on the same level of excitement as Jamal Adams with the Seahawks, man. How excited he is in all this press conferences about finally going to the playoffs potentially. That's dope. It makes you think in any sport. You see why players, whether it's AD or whatever, like, get me out of here, man. I want to go win. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
His is a little extreme, though, not going to playoffs at all. AD went to the playoffs faster.
All right, guys, welcome back. Sully Dope Podcast. Matias joining us. We're going to kick off our little basketball talk. Marcus, hit us with your top 5 NBA power rankings as of week 1.
All right. Basketball is different from football because they play every day. I'm still going to go off what I'm thinking season long. So, 1, Lakers. They're the team until they prove otherwise. Nets, Clippers, Sixers, Suns at 5. They look nasty. Although they are about to lose to the Pelicans tonight.
Corey, you got a 5?
I didn't make a 5, but I won't argue with his 5.
Okay. Matias, you got a 5?
Yeah, as long as Lakers are number 1, I'm good. I think that's solidified.
But you know what? I might have to pause I don't know if y'all saw Joel Embiid. I don't know how serious it was, but he left the game with an injury. That would skirt them right out of that 5. I just like their team, man. I like adding Seth Curry and Danny Green, putting those shooters around Ben Simmons. I think they could be good.
I had Lakers, Bucks, Nets, Nuggets, and then Celtics.
Solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. And like you
said,
it's a power ranking in basketball is tough. It's just basically who's the best team. But I like it. Where was I at? I mean, you already previewed it. We can get into this Team LeBron, Team Curry.
All right.
So, like anybody out there that's listening to this, LeBron wanted to start his own LeBron brand after he found out Curry started his own brand. He said it was a dope idea, and LeBron said he would have signed Luka as his number 1 guy. So that made us want to figure out what 3 players would be best signed to Team LeBron, and then what 3 players would be best signed to Steph Curry's new Curry brand. Marcus, go ahead and pop it off.
First, I want to ask you a question. Do you think it's realistic that LeBron gets his own brand?
I thought it would happen a long time ago. I thought they were going to try with the Dunk Man. Remember when it was 8, 9, and 10, all the Dunk Mans came out. I thought they were going to try it real hard, and it just everything about.
Do you think it's too late now?
I mean, it might be something he could do now. I don't know. Year 18 is tough.
Yeah.
That's LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, he's a billionaire. He's got a lifetime deal with Nike. Come on. You can do what you want.
Mikey. I mean, why not?
Let's we'll go around. Let's get everybody's team Curry first. Marcus, let's start with your team Curry.
All right, first person I want, and this is just an easy sign for him because he's on the same team, up and coming. I would grab James Wiseman if I was him. It's right there, young and up and coming, easy to grab. Next, I want another 3-point shooter that's light skinned. I'm taking Devin Booker.
Light skin.
Because he's on Nike, but he's not like he don't have his own shoe. You can poach him, as Steph was. And then lastly, he's already under Armour. I'm taking Joel Embiid. Get you a big guy.
Ooh,
and he's got character. He's funny. It was between him and Jokic, but I took Embiid.
Embiid would be good for real. Like he'd be good.
Yeah,
you could build campaigns around him.
That's a good start right there.
I'll give my 3. I got Seth Curry. Get a little brother in there. Let's go. Let's build around it. Curry brand. You gotta have Seth. And then I feel like everybody's gonna have this, so I didn't want to put him in there. Trae Young. You gotta get Trae Young on Steph Curry brand. And then my third one, wait for it, Duncan Robinson.
Why are you making fun of this dude's brand, man? It's a real brand, dude.
Get Duncan in your shoes, Curry.
All my guys are shooters.
Go ahead, Corey.
With shooters. Trae Young. I feel like they're kind of the same type of players. So I went with him. Tyler Hero, because he's on the come up. And Devin Booker.
Matias?
I would say Tyler. I'm kind of 50-50 about him, but for some reason his swag is undeniable.
Yeah.
As an individual. So I would pick Tyler. I'll probably do like Ben Simmons. Maybe Jason Tatum.
Tatum's
Team Jordan. He ain't going nowhere yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
So the two guys I heard that I could legit see with Curry are Embiid and Trae Young. And maybe Hero. Like, Hero's swaggy. Like, you want to help your brand, get Hero in your brand. But yeah, Embiid's good.
Yeah.
You said Duncan Robinson. He had 4 points tonight. I don't know.
Get off my man. What do you on Christmas Day, he had 7 threes.
Sniper.
I'm not starting my brand with Duncan Robinson, man.
All right, I'll pop it off. Team LeBron. Team LeBron, I'm going Ben Simmons, number 1. That's baby Bron. Get him. And I don't care if he's Team Jordan or not. We're going Zion. Zion should be Team LeBron.
Ooh, yeah.
There now. And then the third one, like, I got a weird way of explaining this. Let's get Chris Paul on Team LeBron. Chris Paul, your Jordans ain't selling.
They're not selling at all.
Chris Paul. Come to Team LeBron, banana boat. Let's go. Who you got, Marcus?
So you just don't put no thought into this. It's just like you pick your favorite player. You're just picking. Look, let's put some real thought into this. You have one good one. Ben Simmons is an obvious one because that's his little protege.
Yeah.
Next, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take Brandon Ingram. I think he's up and coming. He doesn't have his own thing right now. Taking him, and they play together. They're boys. And then lastly, he's got to use his boy AD. I'm taking AD too. He's with Nike, but you don't have his own shoe, and you should have one. You know what I mean? So go ahead and take him.
See, I think Corey, we kind of talked about it. He has AD maybe for LeBron. Like, AD so Kobe. Like, he just wears all Kobe. So I was like,
He does. Yeah, he wears all Kobe's all the time. Nothing wrong with that, though.
Would you ever team LeBron?
Yeah, I went with AD too. And Luka, obviously, since LeBron picked him, I'm picking him too. And that's my guy. And I went with Zion for the third one. Even though he's already with Jordan, but
Marcus, can't you see your boy in New Orleans just rocking Team LeBron?
Well, I try to put what would be realistic.
Yeah.
And come on, Jordan is gonna pay those two guys. I'm so happy for what the brand is doing because for a while they were losing people, lost Butler, lost Wade. Now they got all the young stars. They got Zion, Tatum, and Luka. They paying those dudes whatever they want to stay there. They're killing it.
Young stars,
yeah.
Matias, who'd you have for LeBron?
I think I'm gonna say 80, Luka. A third one, I don't know. I'm kind of wild on the third one. Because I would pick Zion just because he's Zion. You know what I'm saying?
Why not? Style of play.
Why not?
I would like Giannis. Giannis would be nice. Yeah. But he's kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if anybody would rock with Giannis like that.
He's
But
got his
Zion,
own
people
shoe,
get
too.
behind. Yeah,
He's got his own shoes, so
but Cam Newton got his own shoe, and he with Under Armour is cool.
It's with Under. That don't count.
that don't count.
So are we just not giving Under Armour any like credit yet for being a brand? You know what I mean? Like, why do we feel that way about Under Armour?
Nothing.
Well, look what you said about those.
What have they done?
Shoes.
Yeah.
Besides Curry's,
those are trash too.
Well,
I'm just saying though, that's made them a little bit bigger, like basketball wise, anyway.
They had one year where they had every MVP. They had Cam Newton. They had the year where they had the MVP in every sport, and that was a good year. So they had Cam Newton's MVP year, Bryce Harper, and
Steph.
Huh?
And
Steph. Yeah. That was a big year. So they're making moves, but I'm not buying Under Armours.
No, I'm not buying Under Armours at all.
I don't have any Under Armour shoes.
I've never owned Under Armour.
I almost bought some Rock Under Armour shoes one time, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, the Rock is with Under Armour.
I just don't think their shoes look good.
They don't. It's nothing. They can't get the design. It's not there.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I did like those high top Currys though. But I probably wouldn't buy any.
Yeah, the high top.
If somebody gave them to me, I'd probably hoop in them.
Even the new ones, the ones he has now, they look like they'd probably be comfortable. But there's a lot of other comfortable shoes. So
yeah.
I don't want to wear them.
No, I ain't messing with Under Armour.
No,
I don't have I wish I had like a better transition. I sent y'all the topic of what NBA players will make the best coaches. You have like a list of like 3 to 5 people you think will make the best coach.
3 to 5.
You got one. You just got one.
I got 2.
The first person that came to mind was Chris Paul.
That's one of mine, Chris Paul.
Yeah, me too.
I think
LeBron would be a good coach, but I don't think he'll ever coach.
What about Rondo?
Well,
maybe
I can see it because that's the first thing I looked at is like the point guards across the league because they usually transition pretty well from how they have to read both sides of the floor. I looked at LeBron, but I don't think he would ever do it. He's trying to own the team. No. He's not trying to coach one.
Yeah.
Same with like Durant. Like he seems to be pretty like he watches tape, does all that, but I don't see him coaching. Rondo might be a good one.
I got one. I'm gonna give y'all and write it down. 12/29/2020. This guy's gonna win the championship as a coach one day. Jared Dudley. He already won a championship as a coach. He got a ring. You know, he ain't doing nothing but coaching. Jared Dudley.
He ain't doing nothing but sitting there. He ain't coaching nothing, bro. You ain't never heard nobody say Jared Dudley.
I saw an article that said Kyle Korver would be a good coach.
What about Austin Rivers?
Guess I'll throw
Austin Rivers.
Well,
his dad's under a little bit of a microscope right now. I don't know,
how far that name will carry him. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about Kyrie? Y'all skipping over Kyrie as a coach?
I don't even know how long Kyrie gonna play, bro. I don't.
He just gonna be burning sage somewhere when he's retired.
He could be like the next Phil Jackson. He was.
You're right. He did do that.
Stuff. Yeah.
I'm cool with it. It was just Kyrie, man.
Look, I love Kyrie. Kyrie is like one of my top 5 favorite players of all time. But I feel like he's getting to a point where he's almost becoming a character. Like he's trying to come off this way.
I don't know.
It's like getting
hard
worse.
to say.
He wasn't always like this.
I think it all started when he said the Earth was flat.
I thought he was just trolling people. Do you think he really believed that?
I think he believes that. He's a little different.
You just never know, man. It's really hard to make that claim because for a while you can say a character like Kanye, you're like, no, there's no way. But I think that's just him.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're probably like trying to like hold it in, like be like us in the spotlight type thing, and just let it loose, let it go. I don't know. What else did we want to talk about? We haven't brought up Harden yet. We've been talking NBA. We just brought up Harden at all.
Well, one of your questions was who's going to be the first player to score 50?
Is that your guy?
No, but he'll be my.
No.
I feel like somebody would pick him. I'm going with Dame.
Dame? Yeah, so nobody scored 50 yet this year. Who's your first player? Who do you think will score 50 first this year? If you had to bet big money on it. You got Dame?
Dame or Devin Booker?
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going Dame.
I don't know how you don't bet Harden.
Yeah, Harden, you got.
Yeah, I mean him too, or Harden. Yeah, or Harden.
Harden
it was between Dame and Harden, but I'm gonna go Dame.
What did he drop last night? He had
Harden 44, right?
Yeah, 44.
Yeah, 44 again.
Yeah, I think he's averaging. I got his averages somewhere.
Didn't McCollum drop 40 plus the other night?
Yeah, he dropped 40 as well. They both did. I think they both dropped 44.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
I don't know what he dropped last night. So Harden's first 2 games, he's averaging 39, 13, and 5. 39, 13, and 5.
Like, I feel like Harden's a safe bet.
It's making it harder to argue against you, Marcus.
Well, because it's all recency bias, and you forget Harden, he does hold the ball a lot, but he gets people open looks. He doesn't take bad shots in the lane usually. Either he gets fouled and goes to the line, or he kicks it out, and that's why PJ Tucker hit the most of those corner threes in the league. So he's gonna make a team better. I think I could be wrong about this, but I don't remember a scenario where someone ever complained about playing with him. You know what I mean? Even with him and the Chris Paul thing, it's Chris Paul who don't get along with teammates, as he didn't with the Clippers or whatever.
And then Russ doesn't really get along with anybody either because there's Russ.
And with Russ, he has some valid points. He was talking about it's just too chill over here, and I can see that. He was like, I come in the off season, they're not doing this, doing that like I'm used to. But yeah, same with him. He wore cupcake T-shirts for KD. So, all these, no one's ever said hey, I don't like playing with that dude. He's selfish. He's whatever. So I didn't understand where that came from. And now all of a sudden everybody's backtracking real quick. All the analysts are backtracking.
I haven't looked. I would love to look at his efficiency. I'd love to look at the analytics, but he came from Daryl Morey in Houston, who was the king of analytics. And Daryl Morey loves Harden. So it's got to be up there. He's got to be a player. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I would trade a hero for him now, get rid of hero. Let's go.
And you were saying the other day, it's I can't say that he can't be the best guy leader team because he doesn't have a championship, because he's played some historically great teams, and there's some great players in history that don't have a title that you wouldn't say can't lead a team. And I think that one year Chris Paul got injured, I think they could have beat the Warriors and went to the championship. So I think he could definitely go make the Heat better. I think he even makes the Celtics better in that one trade package. He can make a lot of teams better.
I never said he wasn't historically great. I said his style of play, him being the number one option, I don't see him winning a championship that way.
You said he doesn't make a team better.
He doesn't make players around him better.
I think you said he's not going to go make a team better. You backtracked after.
And I changed that, and I said I shouldn't say that because he's obviously going to make your team better, but I don't feel like he elevates the players around him.
That's a difference.
I would look at the amount of threes PJ Tucker's hit before. I would look at, let's see what Austin Rivers does in his new team. Eric Gordon wasn't doing any of that with the Pelicans. Some of that's health. I think he's made a lot of players, put them in good positions to get open shots.
He's made anybody who can catch and shoot better. That's it.
That's what that offense does, though.
Give me another example, though. Give me another example of a player.
I think he got Clint Capella overpaid from those lobs in the lane.
Pick and roll, yeah. Who's this new? So I can't even think of his name right now. I did have it written down. Who's the new kid that is doing all the pick and rolls with him that's been killing?
Woodson. Fuck, why am I blanking on his name? Yeah, they're sitting it. Christian Woods, my bad. Christian Wood.
Yeah, Christian Wood.
Which the Pelicans had and let go of him. He's a baller, man.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He was a player that was on their bench. I think he played a game where Anthony Davis was hurt and he balled out and he played the rest of the season well, but it was a small sample size, I think. So then I think New York paid him. I think that's where he went, or was it Detroit? Anyway, someone else snatched him and paid him. I think it was Detroit. And then he just showed no, I can actually ball. So he's balling out.
Look, man, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection with Harden. I have. And I was like, am I getting media influence? Why do I feel this way about James Harden? And I don't know. We'll talk about it more next week. Maybe it'll be different. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I want to find more articles on why the media is doing this. Harden, Carmelo, all of that.
He's like a Rodman. I think Harden's like Rodman personally. He does. I feel like Harden does what he wants to do. He still performs. Same way Rodman did. Rodman would go out and drink beers all night, go kick at parties, still come up and make 18 rebounds, you know what I'm saying, still win games. So, like, I think the fact that he's not, like, sitting still and just in the corner, like, Harden's still like, no, I'm going to go to this club. I'm going to go allegedly pay for these prostitutes, like, all that other stuff. Like, that's just what Harden does. Like, he just lives his life. And I think a lot of people just like, I don't like that. He's not being a true NBA, but like, what's a true NBA? Yeah. Like,
what you going off what you said with Russ? Like, Russ didn't like, it was known, like, if you had 2-3 days off, Harden was gone. He wasn't with the team. He was doing his own thing. Like, it was known in Houston's locker room. Like, Harden's he's going to go do whatever he wants to do.
I'm with that, man. I'm enjoying life. You get paid that as long as you can prepare your body, come back and perform like he is.
Yeah.
Go have fun with it.
It is, man. You know, we shouldn't use the words "prepare your body." You know,
if you can go out in the NBA and drop 44 points and 17 assists, and then follow it up with 33, 30, whatever he had, I think he's doing just fine. He's only going to get more in shape and better at each game. So,
yeah, it's tough. Like, any trade news, any rumors, anything?
I don't know, man. We'll see this week, though, man. Players are getting injured. You know, teams. You know, especially Brooklyn's interesting because they got It's crazy. They're talking. Someone said today, like, can Brooklyn still win it with Dinwiddie being down? And I was like, what?
Can they?
Like, I'm a Dinwiddie fan, but I was like, is he affecting their championship hopes?
Is it the rotation? He'll affect the rotation big time.
He will.
It's early,
I don't know, but like I said, it's early, so maybe they're like, oh, maybe we want to revisit and give up 97,000 picks get hard. I don't know.
You'll see what Steve Nash is doing with the rotation. Like, Kyrie and Kevin Durant are on the floor all the time together. If one of them comes off, they both come off. If one of them goes, they both come in. It's smart. 95% of the minutes are together. There's no stagger. They're all together. Yeah. It's dangerous. I like it.
Yeah, no, they're looking good.
I'm curious to see how Steve Nash just does it this year.
Me too. What do you guys think about that block on LeBron yesterday? I don't know. You just put KD there before I wanted to follow it up.
It happens sometimes, you know. Oh, yeah, that's why you did that, because I put the KD catching the body.
We're an unbiased podcast here, guys. You're not gonna just put that with the little ghost symbol and then let LeBron fly. Not on my watch.
That was just one of those
dunk was nasty.
One of those little lazy layups that he didn't know somebody was behind him. Just kind of tossed it up there. I think he
looked at him and tried to jump higher, and then he just pinned it on the glass. That dunk he had was nasty, though.
Can we? Do we need to talk about the Warriors? Like, what do they need to do? What's going on? Do they need to go after Harden?
They need Oubre to make some shots, for one.
They won tonight. Let's see. What was his numbers? Yeah, but still, even with Oubre, I think it shows him, like, Wiggins probably not going to be that guy. I don't know how they want to play it, man, because this team they have right now, I mean, they barely beat the Pistons tonight. I don't know how competitive they're going to be, so I'm sure they'll be aggressive at looking at somebody. Because Steph is only going to be more efficient when he can play in open space. But if they don't have three-point shooters, my man's got to do too much, man.
I know we're not, like, none of us are – well, Matias might be. I don't know. We're not big gamblers, but Vegas has the Warriors over-under wins at 36.
I don't gamble. I don't know what that means.
So that means 50%. There's 72 games. So Vegas thinks the Warriors aren't going to win over 36 games this year.
With their current roster, Steph would have to average, he would have to average 35 to 40 points for them to be competitive with the current roster they have. I don't know.
I was listening to The Jump, and they said it's not so much the offense. Like, when Draymond and Clay and all them were there, and even KD, that their defense was almost number one in the league in everything. Their defense was just top notch, and they said their defense is abysmal right now.
That's true. But check this out. Wiggins tonight, 5 of 8 from the 3-point line. He dropped 27, so that's the guy they wanted. Oubre had 14. And that's the thing with Wiggins, though. I thought that was going to be his thing. He's a good offensive player, but he doesn't play defense. But when he started the season 1 for 20, I was like, well, that's not good. You can't suck on both ends of the floor. So
gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one, bro.
Gotta pick one.
We don't have to talk about it, but that one thing had Steph Curry as a 13th best player all time. Get that shit out of here.
Well, I mean, it's 3 games. You don't know. You got.
No,
I think that's to be seen.
We've never seen Steph do it by himself, ever.
Well, I'm saying it's 3 games into this season. See if he can. I think you got to make that statement at the end of the season, not right now.
We'll talk in June if he's the 13th best player all time.
Like I said, because he dropped 31 tonight, so he's balling. You got to give him to the.
I'll tell you, he's the best shooter of all time. He's one of the most influential players, but I've never seen him carry a team.
When's the last time you've seen him play without a good team, though?
I don't know. What first 2 years?
So you can't say he can't if he hasn't had the opportunity.
I'm saying I've never seen him do it.
I think that's a deceptive statement. You're saying it as if he can't, though. This is the year where he can prove it, and it just started, and you're like, get him off that list. Get him off. Like, damn, bro, the season just started.
Well, we're just waiting to see. Like you said, we'll see in June.
You gotta wait and see, man. Gotta see what he does.
I'll wait because again,
you remind me. I was listening to the Real Ones the other day to the podcast, and they were talking about people like you to just talk about players like they just average people. And he was like, I play in high schools and they call NBA players bums and they discredit them. He was like, that worst player in the league is going to give you buckets.
But I get that, but we're a podcast talking about sports. What are we supposed to do?
But I'm telling you, I'm not qualified to say game 3 that he's not the best player in the league. I'm not qualified to say that about Steph Curry. That's what I'm telling you. I'm not qualified
to say that about any player. Whereas, we're a podcast. We talk about sports. What am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to say, hey, man, he's never done this before. I'm going to light him up if you don't do it. Not take him off that list of 13 best ever. What? Who put him? That Steph.
Hey, chill out, Skip Bayless.
Yeah, calm down. It's not that deep.
Okay, we'll talk in June, but I'm not gonna be nuanced like you. Like you're the king of nuance. Like you bash other people's opinion, but you don't have an opinion. Like that's just my opinion. I said I've never seen him do it.
I do have an opinion. That's why I said I think he has the opportunity to be MVP because if they're good, it's gonna be because he drops 35 to 40. But you gotta wait and see.
I get you.
Where I'm from, that's an opinion.
I get you.
What?
I don't know what else we got on the Warriors. Anything else?
Nope.
Let me see what else we had going on. You got any like big bold predictions for the NBA?
Lakers in 5.
What's that?
Lakers in 5.
Not bold.
Might be. Everybody's on the Nets, ain't they?
You got any big bold predictions, Matias, after 1 week of the NBA?
I mean, people talking down on Lakers already because of how they started off. So I feel like, Lakers could be that like, they're not going to do it again. They're not going to repeat, and they actually repeat.
Yeah.
It's happening.
That's how it always is, especially with LeBron the head of the team. Like, this is how it is. People just dislike LeBron for whatever reason. So they're like, oh, he's not going to do it. He can't do it. Then he's just like, okay, watch me work.
Any big bold predictions, Marcus?
Man, it's hard. I'm just going to throw this out here because I don't like how they look so far. No. I think the Pelicans, they'll make the playoffs. I go that the Nuggets lose the first round of the playoffs.
Okay. I like that.
I can respect that.
Yeah. It's bold. I've already said it before. I think the Pelicans, because I'm a Van Gundy fan, Stan Van Gundy. I think he's going to be a great coach. I think the Pelicans might be like, did I say 5 seed last week?
I think so.
Yeah, I think they could be 5.
I don't want to jinx it, man. One man Zion needs to hold up. You know what I mean?
What did he get the other night? Did he have 27 and 14? And it was like an easy 27? Yeah. Efficient.
The way he scores is like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, he just catches rebound, dunks them. Like, it's so effortless. I haven't even seen him take too many jumpers. So if he stay healthy, they can ball out.
Yeah. Is there who's the biggest threat in the West to the Lakers?
Clippers,
Suns, Pelicans, Blazers.
You think like Suns are like a legit threat to the Lakers, like in a series? You think so?
I think it could be.
I'll say Clippers.
Yeah. I'm just going.
Y'all see how long is Kawhi out? Is that just a couple games that he got hit?
I didn't see.
I I was going to like the Clippers just got beat by 50 without Kawhi. Like Paul George.
But don't worry. Don't worry. Paul George takes full responsibility, so it's okay.
That was Paul George's chance to show he could carry the team.
Yeah.
I think he said he had a Christmas hangover.
He did say something like that.
Wow.
He kind of snuck up on him. The game did or something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
my thing is,
what? Did the Mavs just play too?
Right?
Yeah.
It was only Christmas for Paul George. My thing is that you can't go on wax blaming a coach for your terrible season the year before and then come out and do that. Like, you just blamed Doc Rivers like 7 days ago for your bad play.
And now you play for Doc Rivers' assistant, who coaches like Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who's the biggest threat in the East. Bucks, Nets. Is that it? Heat up there.
Celtics. Philly.
Probably.
I say those four.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nets for now.
East more loaded than the West, or not?
Nah.
West more.
Because think about it. You think about the West, like I feel like anybody in the West can make it. Like, who's their worst team? Like the Kings. And they look good.
Matias, I'm giving you Lakers or the Field to win the championship. Who you taking?
Come on now.
You have to bet your whole. No, you have to bet your whole shoe collection. Lakers or the Field. Who you taking?
And it goes to me.
It goes to me. I probably have to. I mean, I got faith. I got faith in Bron. So, I mean, I'm gonna say Lakers. Yeah.
They got better, man. I know they're 2-2, but like you guys said, it's the regular season.
It don't matter.
Stuff. It
don't, man. Their offseason was stupid. It's one that almost makes me mad. Like, what the fuck is everybody else doing? Yeah. Like, there's no way I'm letting them sign all those people.
Yeah, you're going to
overpaying some of them.
Yeah, you're going to
overpaying some of them.
Yeah, you're going to sign to play defense. Yeah.
You got Schroeder. As soon as they got that, I'm looking like, okay, hold on. Let me slide over here. Let me start making calls. Then they get Trez, which is just treacherous on his end. Then they get Gasol. No, you're not getting all those players on my watch. No. It was impressive. So I think they're one of the teams, I mean, I guess other than the Warriors, where they're like, you're assuming they're going to win it again. But we'll see.
I feel like Cuz, like, signing that extension, like, helps his mind a little bit too.
Who that? Davis?
No, Kyle Kuzma. He signed what extension did he sign? That's going to help him, man.
No, it was like 3 years, 43.
Yeah. I feel like that might help him. Their bench is deep.
I don't like Kuzma, man.
I don't understand.
Not on that team. He just looks lost running around out there sometimes.
So what team was put Kyle on though?
I think we covered everything. I did have the whole how Tim Duncan was trending because everybody was saying that Anthony Davis was better than Tim Duncan. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I saw some analysts upset about that, man. Yeah. I think they're different. He's a different player, all right? Like, Tim ain't doing some of the stuff that AD can do. Like, that's a fact.
Yeah.
I think it's early to say, I guess, you know what I mean? But I could see him being the better player. Tim can't do all that, man.
I mean, Corey, like, hit it on the head last week. Like, AD so versatile. Like, he can
Yeah. He had a step back 3 the other night. Looked nice. 7-footer.
A lot of people were, like, saying it was blasphemy, though. Like, there's no way AD's even close to what Tim is, so.
We'll see, because right now, you know, everybody, you look at the rings, but you look at the organization. Tim Duncan came up from day one, man. He was in a good spot. And although the Pelicans tried, like, people downplay that. They tried to give him help. They brought in Drew Holiday. They brought in Tariq Hill when he was still really good. They brought in Boogie Cousins. They tried, but it's no San Antonio. Now he's with the Lakers. Who knows how many rings he gets?
Exactly.
Yep.
Still young.
Marcus, you got shoe talk next?
You know it. So y'all all got the shoes I sent. So we're gonna go. So Matias, we do skip the flip. That's a must cop. flip for them, or let them sit. So I sent y'all 4 shoes. I sent y'all those UCLA colored dunks, so I think they're gonna call them the Coast Dunks. So Carolina white blue dunk. What y'all doing with those?
Let them sit.
No, I'm rocking them.
You're rocking them though, but are you gonna like? Is it like you must have them, or you just might get them?
Those are out of the. If we're saying out of the 4, those are a must-have. If we're picking out of those 4, then those dunks are a must-have for me. It's a Carolina colorway. It's on silhouette. You know what I'm saying? AJ1, low or high. So I think it's just, and if you're an SB dude, then like you'll just know like that's gonna be a shoe that's gonna sell out, or it's gonna be hype for sure.
What are you doing with it, Marcus?
I'm gonna probably at least. It depends on how tomorrow goes with these adapts, right? But that's that's 500 bucks. That's a pair due to it being that colorway. I would probably at least flip for, being that I'm back into buying shoes. I know it doesn't have all the like, oh, it's not like the bodegas, like no one's talking crazy about it, but I dig dunks, and that's a dope colorway.
I'm not a dunks guy, so I let them sit.
Fair.
Yeah,
Not a big Carolina colorway guy, so that's my reason. I like dunks though.
I like the Carolina.
Yeah, like Carolina, man. So you know what's crazy? I was like, man, I need to really get a shoe that's not Nike this time. And then the Reebok, the questions were the first ones I picked. But Iverson is so far removed from Reebok to me, I like didn't even consider it at first. So how y'all digging those yellow toes? Y'all gonna skip, flip, or let them sit?
Sit.
You let them sit? Ooh.
I mean, I just if we was back in the day, I'll probably be all over them. But like, I don't know. The only AIs I like are probably like I can't remember which ones they were, but they had like the little, was it a zipper on it? Was it a zipper on it?
Yeah, the zipper.
Yeah.
The low top.
Those were the answers, right?
I don't know.
Question.
Yeah, those are answers. Yeah.
I'll probably let them sit.
I think I'm skipping the flip for those. They're only 142. I mean, I know
too
I
much
say
money,
only
man.
140.
It's only 140. He said like it's free.
It's only 140.
It's a free shoe, man.
It's
140 bucks.
free.
Basically giving them away.
No, I dig you though. That's one. Man, it depends because that's one of my favorite shoes ever. And I'm out here in LA. I want a LA colored shoe, but at the same time, I'm resisting. So I might have to pass on them. Just due to all the shoes dropping, man.
Letting them sit.
I don't want y'all to think it's a lot coming out, man. But I do need a pair. I need a pair of questions though. I do need a pair. So how y'all digging? So the Jordan 5, the Chinese New Year, those low joints. How y'all feeling about those?
I let them sit too.
Blank faces. I know the answer.
I was waiting up. They both said I like those a lot. I think that would be one that I would like flip for. Like I don't necessarily have to have them, but I would want them.
Yeah.
For sure.
I would agree. I think those would look dope with like some jeans, some rolled up jeans. But it just comes down to, man, there's too much shit dropping, man. Yeah, so I consider flipping them. I consider flipping for them. But it come down to the last minute whether I did it. And then lastly, I only added those Kyrie's on there because I know that the Ray Gun story is pretty cool. So I wanted to pick one of those out of there. I didn't think y'all entertained the Chucks, so I picked the Kyrie's. How y'all feel about those?
I like them, but
yeah, I'd let them
pass on those too.
Same, I'd let them sit, but that'd be something that I would buy.
What you, Matias?
For like, I guess for background reasons, it'd be kind of dope to have it. Like it's something just to have like in your closet. Like, yeah, like I got these, blah, 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 here's the background. But then like Marcus said, there's so much stuff coming out. Like I'm not going to waste I'm not going to say waste. That sounds bad. I'm not going to expend my $1 towards those shoes when I know there's adapts coming out tomorrow for $500. Like,
are you going for it, Matias? Matias, you going for adapts?
Yeah. I don't really want them, but I think it's just cool. I think it's just like the overall, like it's the closest to the Air Mag I'm gonna get to.
Yeah. So. I know Marcus is going for them. Good luck.
Because they,
Good luck, guys.
man.
Yeah, good luck.
I saw, you see the sneaker broker, they did a bot. They did 4 slots, only 4 slots for them today. It was like an extra 100 though if you get them. And I was like, damn, slap 100. But I miss it anyway. But I'll be.
I don't think resale gonna be crazy on them now.
I don't know if they retail at 500. Though, I see it at least being 1,000.
750.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna go. I don't think they're gonna go that high because some of the that basketball shoes, like, they're not reselling like that. It is a Jordan silhouette, and it's dope. But I don't know if people gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna spend, like, I'll spend 1,000. Because it's the same way with those Jordan 1s that I can't think of the name, that the Hispanic rapper.
J Balvin.
The J Balvin.
The J Balvin. Yeah,
Every
at first they were
went
like
way down.
1,500, and then it went to like 500. So
Yeah.
That's a loud shoe, and I like loud shoes.
Yeah, I like that.
Those J Balvin's are those are aggressive.
You know
the thing that scared. I remember. You probably snag them. It ain't too crazy. The thing that scared me with the adapts is I was watching the Marcus Jordan special live, and they offered them. They dropped a link for him if you were in the chat, and I was like, "It's my time. It's done." I clicked it immediately, and they sold out. And I was like, "What?" Yeah. And so it scares me that I thought nobody would want to pay 500 retail, but I'm like, sharks are still out. They still out here. So
yeah, 500 for resale. People been waiting for that stuff. They just pull back and look at the catalog and just put back money. And especially with resellers, like, they find the shoes with none of their own money anyway.
Yeah. I guess I thought, like you said, most of the adapts are still sitting on the sneakers app right now. There's like 3 or 4 pairs in my size that you can buy off sneakers right now. So
but a Jordan 11, but a Jordan
they're not. My boy
that
Nick,
colorway is nice.
Yeah, I like it. And my boy Nick says he thinks they're gonna make a ton of them. He said, I don't know. He set my high hopes up. He said he thinks they'll make enough that if you go for them at the time they drop, you should have a good chance. But my numbers are not good. I'm looking like I'm the Jets over here when it comes to running the sneakers that team.
It's tough. It's real.
They got more wins than me, actually, so I don't know. All right, so we talked about, like, the shoes that are dropping and they're we don't know. So there is a lot of heat. We'll say, other than the adapts, what's the shoe that's coming up in the next couple months that y'all feel like you gotta get?
Let me get the sneakers out.
Yeah, I have to look at if we look at the sneakers, I don't know how official some of the stuff on, like, Nike Talk and all that stuff is. But I mean, there was some silhouettes with some Jordan 1s that are pretty wet, like the Carolina Jordan. Well, it's like a powder blue, whatever, Jordan 1 that's been hidden. It's supposed to drop in February. It's kind of saucy.
I saw those.
Yeah.
What about those Carolina 4s that are dropping?
Yeah.
That's a must cop. That's a must cop.
It's like a Travis.
You decide on that Exodus in LA, LeBron, Marcus, the all red.
I think they're underrated. That's one of my favorite LeBron shoes in a minute. Probably because they're lower and they're not built for someone 300 pounds. But those,
and they're all red.
They're all red.
The only thing green on them is the Nike sign. That's it.
That's what's dope.
They come with the green laces too, though, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, but you like all red stuff, so I'm saying you can keep it all red.
It's true all red too.
Yeah,
that's what I like about it.
They drop this week, right?
30. They drop tomorrow, bruh. Tomorrow.
See, I can't go. It's too much. I can't.
It's like 6 shoes dropping. I feel like tomorrow. Like, it's like you got to have your money right tomorrow.
Because Corey, you going for the bodega tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's a lot. What? I'm saying that like they're going to take my money, though. They're not going to take my money. They're going to give me. You know what I mean?
You wanted some LA shoes, those LeBron 8s, purple and yellow.
Yeah. LeBron 8s, yeah. They all dropping tomorrow.
Man, the red ones, those are dope too. Those Christmas LA are dope. So what you going for those tomorrow, Heath?
I mean, I don't know, man. The Grinches kind of took my money. I was on an emotional high.
Oh, that's right. You did buy them. I forgot about that.
You got them at resale.
Yep.
You pay resale for those?
Look, here's what happened, Matias. So we're recording, right? So Christmas Eve, I'm in bed. My wife taps me. She says, my water just broke. I respond. I say, no, it didn't. She's like, my God. It just broke. I had an alarm set for 8:45 so I could go for the Grinches at 9. So it was like at 8 when she woke me up. So I was like, I guess we better go to the hospital. I didn't let us leave for the hospital until we tried for those Grinches, though. So
Respect.
I tried hard for the Grinches. We didn't get them. Went to the hospital. We spent all day Christmas Eve in labor. She toughed it out. They were trying to delay it because baby's 6 weeks early. I mean, that's the kicker. This is all a surprise. 6 weeks early. They're trying to delay the labor. Emily lasted all the way till like 11:30 p.m. Christmas Eve. She's like, I can't make it anymore. They took her back 11:45. 12:14 a.m. on Christmas, baby was born. It was quick. It was efficient. I got to go back to the NICU with the baby, left Emily because they made me go with the baby. Came back to my room. I was sitting there waiting on Emily to come back, and I was just on an emotional high. I was like, F it, getting the Grinches.
Getting the Grinches.
So I got on StockX. It was like, I looked at my phone on the email. It was 1:06 a.m. Got them. So, it's like, it was just like a sign. Like my baby was born. I wanted the Grinches bad, so I had to have them. So,
I can respect that. I can respect that.
Yeah. That kind of answers a question. Like Marcus, I think you were going to ask, like, what is like some of the craziest thing you ever did for a pair of shoes?
You sat on your phone and paid for them.
Overpaid.
The story is legit though. That's a legit story.
Yeah, stories gold.
Especially when you segue into it that you missed on that early access when you could have bought them for retail.
Yeah, Emily. So Emily wore the Grinches to the hospital that day too. So that was pretty cool.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh, he got them early from the early access joint. I was like, dope.
I didn't. I missed it.
Yeah, he missed.
So what's up with you, Matias? You got a whole wall back there, man. I know you got a plug. Have you ever had to? What have you had to do crazy, pay a certain amount, stand in line, chop someone in the throat? What's your shoe story?
Man, I'm gonna say I'm really blessed because a profound sneaker shop here, shout out Arkansas, Rock City Kicks, is one of my good friends, and he owns a sneaker shop. So anything I want, I have a good chance of getting it.
Gotcha.
On top of that, I used to work at hold on, what happened to my stuff? Okay. I used to work at Nike as well. So I have a lot of Nike connections. So a lot of times for a lot of stuff, it's not that crazy. Now, I did camp out for fun in 2012 for the Bred 11s. I also thought the world was going to end at the same time because there was the whole speculation that the world was going to end. So like we was at Hibbett Sports, like I think we got out there. I think we were out there for like 43 hours total. It was cold. It was rainy. Like sleeping on concrete.
Man.
Now I think that just doing that, I think that's the craziest thing I've done. That we actually bought the shoes, and then I made jokes the whole time that the world didn't blow up. So other than that, like that's probably like the craziest. But outside of that, I've been really blessed in having like connections and having access to be able to like actually get stuff. If I like want something, I can just send out a text typically and be like, "Yeah, you're good."
One day.
Be nice.
When this podcast blows up, we'll have connects like that. You got any, Corey?
I don't have. I've never camped out for a shoe or nothing. I don't have any stories.
I've only stood in line once. It was for the He Got Games. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think mine was like you met my boy Jason, who lives here now. I just seen him, meet him. And two other homies. This is like sophomore year, which is crazy to think about because I'm like 33 now, and this is in 2003 when the black and chrome H dropped. So it's like sophomore year high school. We drove. I didn't have no car. We drove like an hour and a half to the Mall of America and stood in line. So think about it. We drove an hour and a half and got there by like 4 or 5. And the Mall of America itself is like an amusement park. It's crazy. So we went and stood in line for those, and we got them. So that was dope. Other than that, one time I sent my boy's wife. We sent his wife to get shoes for us, and she was on crutches. So I was just, and we'll get Brady on here soon because Brady is crazy with the shoes. But we were playing in a basketball tournament, so we couldn't go. And I think that's when I was going for either the All-Star KDs or the All-Star Kobe's. But we were in a game, so she went for us. She struck out on all the shoes, but that's how I ended up getting the Carolina Spit Egg. So it worked out. I still have those.
I've asked them before, but have you ever like bought a pair of shoes, like maybe overpaid, paid a lot, and then like regretted it? Have you ever like had like buyer's remorse with a pair of shoes?
Man, I have buyer's remorse at everything. Like I can order some Wingstop and be like, man, I didn't really need that. I didn't want to spend that $30 on Wingstop. I just have that. I mean, yeah, there's some shoes that I've bought that I just had to bite the bullet type deal. I just always try to do like the pros and cons, and it's like this is something that I'm like I love, it's like a passion. So it's kind of like if it's like your passion, there is no dollar amount, that should stop you from what you want to do, quote unquote. But I do have some shoes that I've paid a good. We talk four numbers for easily. I have plenty of those. I've charged a card plenty of times for those. Yeah, so
it makes me hurt. 4 numbers.
I mean, yeah, and it's probably like I probably have like 8 or 9 pair like that I've paid that much for. But now the resale's so crazy on them because I got like some friends and family stuff.
Yeah.
That now like friends and family resale is just like stupid.
So Matias, with yours, you get the whole wall. Do you rock a lot of your shoes, or do you let a lot of them sit?
But it really just depends. Like the shoes, like in boxes still. I got shoes on the other side of that, like on the other side of the place. I wear a lot of runners. So here's the sad part. I got probably 10 pair of flip flops. You catch me in flip flops before you actually catch me like in sneakers, which is weird. You think because you got like a lot of sneakers, you would wear them. But I wear a lot of runners, and the reason why I started wearing more runners is because like the Jordans are nice and stuff, but they hurt my feet sometimes. And I have gout, so with me having gout, like I can't wear certain shoes. Because it's just like my feet after so long they won't hold up. So I mean, runners are like my go-to for the most part, and like a lot of other stuff I just have like for nostalgia purposes, Grail, stuff like that.
I think I'm a good mix of that. There's some shoes that I try to wear them more and more. But when we talk about how hard it is to get them, I know once I mess some Space Jams up, they're not coming back. You know what I mean? I don't have a cool grade. They're not coming back, So there's shoes that I have for nostalgia purposes that they're just going to sit there. But I do try to wear more of them. But the same way, like when it comes to wearing a lot of these shoes, whether it's Yeezys or those Deltas I just got, a lot of the shoes, they're dope, but still really comfortable, which is, what you want to wear often.
If it's like a sneaker con or something like that, then I'll actually pull out. Like for sneaker con, when I go to sneaker con, that's when I usually pull out something heavy. And I'll wear flip flops the entire time till I get to the entrance, and I put the shoes on and literally have the flip flops in my bag and walk around, take pictures, and then like take them on. But that's the only time, because a lot of stuff, if I wear it, people are not going to really know what it is, or they're going to think it's like newer. Like, so it's just like I don't know what it is.
Well, there you go, Heath. So Matias, my mom sent, she enables me just terribly. She sent me, man, I'm talking 10 Nike t-shirts, some Jordan t-shirts, some tank tops. She sent me this $100 Jordan jacket, and she sent me a Jordan shoe bag. And I was like, what scenario do I need a bag that fits just one pair of shoes in it?
It's like a lunchbox.
Apparently, if I'm going to the sneaker con,
going to sneaker con, you need that bag. That bag will be essential to your soul when you get ready to go to sneaker con.
You talk like that. I can't. That's when it's hard for me to spend big money on shoes, because I got this thing that I tell Marcus, like I break it down to like $1 a day type thing. Like if I wear this shoe 10 times a year, it's $200. It's 20 times a wear. Like, that's how I break it down. But if you're wearing it once every 2 years.
And see, I think we come from two backgrounds of shoes, though. So I think with Matias and myself, we've been collecting for so long. Because you mentioned the other day, you went into the gym. You're like, well, where else am I wear them? I'm like, well, I'm not buying shoes to immediately go show somebody.
Yeah.
I really like this shoe, or it takes me, it has a story behind it. So I'm not wearing nothing more than some, I don't know. When I go to the gym, anything that's going to crease, it's got to be like for the gym, or I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
But it's just two different chain of thoughts. I wish I want to be able to wear more, but I'm scared, man. Scared.
Yeah, no, I mean some stuff. Like I mean, I got like I post some stuff on my Instagram. Like I got OG Cool Grade 4s, like with the original card, the receipt, like with the stamp and everything that's never been worn. I got like 2000 Columbias that's never been worn. That's all white and yellow. Like that stuff. Like it wouldn't make sense for me to wear it, unless I'm going somewhere that's for like dedicated towards sneakers. And with COVID, nothing's really going on. But I couldn't wear that shoe anyway. They'll probably crumble if I try to wear it. Like sole would probably just come off, especially as heavy as I am. Like sole probably slide right off of it.
Break your neck.
That happened to me.
You're on another level. Like I'm just not there.
No.
So check this out, Matias. And Heath and Corey, we weren't talking that much then. So when I was leaving Florida and I was at that time going through one of my binges, I wanted some shoes, but I was trying to get rid of some. And my grails for a long time were the Grape 5s. But I was like, I'm never mentally going to be able to wear these. I'm trying to get rid of some of those shoes. So I'm just going to sell them. I had never worn them. I still had the receipt and the little flyer that from the mall they had, and I sold them to somebody. And he called me the next week. He's like, you mother effer. I'm like, what's wrong, dude? He's like, I wore them one time and I walked right out of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I never even, but how do you tell somebody that? Like, he don't believe me. But like, I sold him another pair of shoes. I'm like, look, man, I'll take them back from you. I'll make them a project. And he was like, oh, so you're not trying to scam me. But he wore them one time and they just immediately crumbled. So old shoes though, they make them, better.
I'm sure Matias got a lot of shoes like that, just ready to crumble.
This dude was a wrestler. I thought I was gonna have to square up, man. He's a professional wrestler. I was gonna have to square up.
A lot of people don't understand that.
And you don't wear them, like they're more likely to crumble. If they
they're just old. They're just.
How old did you say they were though?
This was like last year, and they were a pair I got in like 2006.
Okay.
Yeah,
I never wore them.
06, they're great.
15 years, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's crazy that they just end up crumbling.
Yeah, like it's just.
Almost got beat up, y'all.
Just sits there. I mean, you gotta take care of the shoe, though. That's all. As long as you take care of the shoe, like what I'm saying, like it's fine. But you gotta take care of the shoe and make sure it's not exposed to moisture, because moisture actually, even though like if it's super cool in your house, that can affect like the shoe glue and the actual sole of the shoe. So you gotta have not like super room regulated, but it can't be too warm. It can't be too cold either.
It's like a cigar. Like I put it in like a humidor.
Like yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like for real.
And you may not be able to. Do you have a grill that you can pull out?
Do I have it? Like I can pull out right now?
Yeah.
You
have like a top 2 or top 3 favorite pair of shoes you have
that he actually has. Yeah, what you got over there, bro? You gotta walk across the room. Son of a bitch.
You had to get his ladder out.
Yeah, ladder.
He can reach him.
If I see you slide across the ladder, bro, like in the back.
I got the original. Hold on, let me see. I got the original. It kind of. I say Grail if I'm like a LeBron fan, but like the original 04.
Oh,
LeBron.
Yeah. What size you got?
Dope.
But then I got the new one too.
Son of a bitch.
Just pull out both of them.
You said
pour. Get out of here, bro. Damn.
But I mean, like a true grill, like that's one of my grills. But my grill from '96 was Space Jam, the 11 and then the 9. So of course, like me, like the 9s, like I have all releases of these, including like the DMP pack, even like the newer ones. And then I have all the Space Jam releases too, from 09 to 2000. And then I got the newer one with the higher taper leather on it too, that resembles the original ones. So, but I've paid money for those though.
Got them all.
Yeah. I stood in line for some Space Jams. It is on a military base. It was safe. No taxes on a military base
on
too.
Military, yeah.
Got a deal. What about you, Heath? And your collection, your wall back there. You got a pair that you. Everybody has a grill. What's your favorite? You know what I mean?
Like my favorite? I was trying to think. I don't know, man. I mean, the Bruce Lees were big for me. Like I like those a lot. But that's more newer. The more than athlete, and you might ask this question in a minute, like
I'll say for Heath, the Grinches. Grinches are his grail now.
yeah, they're gonna be up there. A lot of cinema.
Yeah.
So like these like mean a lot to me, but only because like my little one, like she's gonna be able to wear those. My boy Marcus hooked me up. Like these mean a lot. I mean, I was trying to think. Other than that,
Nice.
I don't know. I got the first pair of LeBrons I ever bought. Like the original 28 straights.
I used to ball in those. I used to love those. Yeah. And then I lost weight and I couldn't play them no more. Something.
Yeah.
LeBron's heavy, dude.
Yeah, they're super heavy.
So yeah, I don't know. Marcus, you got one? What's your favorite? Your wedding shoes has got to be up there.
Yeah, so the cool grade 11. So I got married in those. But like these are like some of my favorites growing up. So like the painting I got of Jordan, I got my boy to put him in these. And then yeah, I love the Space Jams, dude. Those are just classics. So the Space, probably those three.
Corey, what's your favorite pair?
Man, I don't have nothing crazy yet, but I might put the Jubilees up there.
These are nice.
Yeah, that's the only 11s I have.
I'd have got them. Those things, they dope.
So I'll go with those for now. That's going to change.
I like that.
You're in it.
Yeah.
So Matias, you got the baby on the way? Not here.
The baby was due December 25th. It is now past the 25th, so I'm kind of just sitting here, just aimlessly waiting for.
It could be any minute.
I'm waiting for a scream or a, oh my gosh or something. I'm just hoping that's in the daytime.
Splash.
I'm just hoping that it's
Water
not
hit the floor.
like at 3 a.m, something crazy. I just hope it's like at 2 p.m.
Yeah, whatever you do. When she looks at you and says, "Hey, my water just broke," don't say, "No, it didn't."
No, it didn't.
No,
believe her.
No,
did you tell her? You always so dramatic about it.
Yeah, but I mean, like she's ready to pop it. Like I said, like you can tell she's just irritable. I feel bad for her because I can't do nothing about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel so bad. I'm just like, well, I guess we just gotta wait. And they won't do the medical inducing yet either because whatever medical terms they have. So any day now, like Marcus said, like literally any day now. Just waiting.
So for you, does the youngin already have? I'm guessing already got some shoes ready to roll.
Yeah, so she got some bread 11s, some like Cortezes that I bought, some Bordeaux 7s, some Cherry 13s, bread 13, Space Jams.
So nothing of relevance, huh?
Yeah, nothing like it's literally like I went, but like so all other ones I ordered, the Space Jams were like older Space Jams. So like they were like $120 for a shoe that's like this big. So
crazy.
But that's like my grail shoe. So I was like, I can see myself paying for that because we can do the whole matching thing. So I'm just trying to get into the wave of buying kids shoes. I don't know what size to buy like at all. Like I'm just like lost in the sauce. Like I'm like, do I buy a 9? Do I buy a 4? Do I buy
I spaced them out. So like I think before MJ was born, my first, I got her those like Jekyll and Hyde looking 3s. I was really stoked for her to wear the pink and white 12s, but for some reason I really wanted her to get her the Fruity Pebbles foam posits, and I don't even really rock the foam posits like that. But for some reason, one of my coworkers bought them, and I was like buying big, and so she bought her like a size 8, and so she didn't even wear those shoes until she was like 4 or 5. But I'm always like, I don't want to spend too much money because you don't know how quick your kid's going to grow. You know what I mean? So if you buy them all newborn to 1, they might shoot out of them. But like if it's like MJ, she is grown. She's behind the curve. So we get all our money's worth out of her. Mars is more moving along. But he mostly gets a hand-me-down. So. He's wearing white and pink 12s.
Nothing wrong with that. I think that's my main thing, trying to like justify, because like I said, I bought some like Chuck Taylors that were like a 4. I was like, oh, these are dope. They're cute. They're little. And I'm like, she's gonna wear them one time, and that's gonna be like it. But Chuck's like $30, so
Yeah.
I can expense that. Like that's cool. So I'm just trying to get the gauge right to figure it out.
I feel like girls, like I don't know, man. The clothes are just so much better too. I don't know.
They are.
I'm new to this, but what do you think, Mark?
Both.
Like, is there more clothes for girls or?
No, it's dope for both, man. Yeah, it's so easy to dress Mars. Like my mom just sent me a box of like so many Nike and Jordan track suits and like all this dope stuff. But for girls, you have it too because they put the dope colors with it, man. You can get the teal Jordan jump offs, white. I could throw her in like a, something whole different that's girly, like a cardigan. Like man, it's fun to dress them. That was my thing with MJ. I got up early every morning so that I could get her dressed. And she always got compliments when I dressed her because I'm like, putting it together the night before. Like, you used to be excited getting dressed. With Ellen, she's more practical. Like, I'm just going to put her on something that fits and send her on her way. I'm like, but do her socks match her shirt? Or what are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's fun, man. You got to have fun with it.
Is MJ to the point now where she dresses herself?
It's a combination. It's a combination. She'll still let me get her dressed a lot of times. I'll go help her, and she doesn't like argue. I think she knows that it's like something I enjoy, so she'll be like, fine. But she'll get herself. She'll put some swaggy stuff on, man. She's not afraid to go with the leopard print. But my advice to y'all is just remember, it's really hard to get those good pictures at first, because when they can't hold their own neck up, it's real hard to get a good picture. It's gonna take some time before you get those dope pictures, because I would be frustrated. Like they can't hold their hand up, so you're like trying to stretch it out for the picture. Yeah. It's fun though, man. Y'all gonna have fun with it. Happy for y'all, man.
Appreciate it.
So I'll just ask y'all this, man. Keith, you just had yours. Matias, you any day. What's the thing you guys look forward the most about being new dads, other than dope shoes?
Dope shoes.
I guess for me, it's a little bit. So here's a backstory for mine. My mom always wanted a girl. Then I came out, so I kind of ruined my mom's taste. Kind of whatever. So of course, my mom passing, like I was like, if I have a kid, I was like, my first kid has to be a girl. And then we found out we was pregnant. And I was like, it's gonna be a girl. Like I knew she was pregnant before she knew she was pregnant. Like I just had a feeling. I prayed about it a little bit, and I prayed about it some more, and then spooky, have those conversations like with your parents and in life, all that jazz. And I was like, it's going to be a girl, so we paid the extra money for the blood test and all that stuff, and it was a girl. And some of the features that you can kind of see her in, like in the ultrasound, like she looks like my mom. So it's going to be kind of weird, but it's going to be kind of like, I guess for me, I'm looking forward to that extension of my mom. That I can kind of like, build and kind of character. But like I said, for me, I never thought in a million years I would have a kid. So for me, it's just completely foreign. So I think every day for me, I'm just going to take it as it goes and just try to be a sponge and try to make her a sponge and make her the best woman, possible, and just, I guess, go from there. It's just, I know it's going to be challenging, extremely challenging, but I don't think it's nothing I can't handle.
Damn.
It's really hard to follow that.
That's deep. I'm like, I ain't crying, you crash.
Man.
But I feel like just already seeing like Emily with Harlow, like it's just amazing. Like seeing her, I feel like we did everything. I'm not gonna say like the right way, like it's our way, but like we were married for 10 years. Like we had our fun, we did our trips, we did everything we could possibly do. I'm just ready for this stage of life. And Emily with Harlow, it's like it already like melts me a little bit. So I'm just like, I'm ready for like the family stage of life. So that's what I'm ready for.
Dope. It's dope stuff. That's dope. Y'all gonna have fun with it, man. Parenting it's obviously difficult at times. I wanna fight Mars probably every single day, dude. On square up on that little blockhead, dude. But man, it's so fun at the same time, man. So y'all gonna enjoy it. It's super rewarding. Everything you do is gonna be and more. You know what I mean? So y'all gonna enjoy it.